You have won the title of women's contenders there. You are being made the ambassador for the upcoming season.
So all the matches were stressful, but of course, when I won, I was extremely happy.
Your GCL contenders journey, like how was the process for you?
Both me and Julia Osmak, we both played first a classical game, and then in the evening we played this match.
What was going through your mind when you just secured the title?
I guess I was just shocked. I was like very overwhelmed with joy also, but it was so intense, the match.
In Estonia, how is the chess culture there?
Like not too big, the chess culture. I think chess is not so popular in Estonia. I mean, especially compared to India and like China and all these countries.
Let's start with the GCL contenders. Like you have won the title of women's contenders there. You are being made the ambassador for the upcoming season. So, how was the experience? Let's start with that.
It was very nice the experience. Of course, it was a bit stressful because these are knockout matches, so it's only 2 games, 10+0 time control. So all the matches were stressful, but of course, when I won, I was extremely happy.
Do you feel that playing at home, sitting in front of your computer, it is a bit more comfortable than playing in a hall in front of some audience or maybe with uh, other oppositions, hovering around and looking at your board?
I think it depends on my mood. I don't
Mhm.
mind playing in the playing hall, but I think for
Okay.
this time control, it's very good to play online because you you can pre-move with the mouse and you can play faster. Like over the board, it can get a bit too chaotic.
Your GCL contenders journey, like how was the process for you and how did you get invited by the organizers? And GCL contenders is a new thing, as we know, and there is a lot of excitement in chess fraternity that GCL is coming up with this kind of new innovations. So how was the journey for you?
Journey was pretty smooth. I got this email if I would like to participate in the third round, and it was completely unexpected. And what made it more difficult a bit is that right now I'm also in Georgia, in Batumi, and I knew that I'm going to play a tournament at that time. But I decided I will make it work, and so yeah, I managed to play the matches while being here, and especially with the final, it was very nice that the organizers accommodated us, so we could both me and Julia Osmak, we both played first a classical game, and then in the evening we played this match.
Becoming the GCL ambassador, what was going through your mind when you just secured the title?
I guess I was just shocked. I was like very overwhelmed with joy also, but it was so intense the match that I just I don't know. I was just like I had to come down from the adrenaline kinda after the match. So the first reaction was just trying to calm down, but I was very happy. All 3 matches were you played 1 game with white and 1 game with black. And if the match was a draw, then you would play Armageddon. So that then it would depend who would get black and white. But for me, it never happened. I managed to luckily win my matches in the first 2 games.
If we talk about your home country, like in Estonia, how is the chess culture there? Because in Estonian chess, I haven't found that many, articles or references from where we can gather some knowledge about Estonian chess. As a chess player from Estonia, how do you see your chess culture?
I think definitely it's like not too big, the chess culture. I think chess is not so popular in Estonia. I mean, especially compared to India and like China and all these countries. But I guess it also makes sense. I mean, we have a small population, so we, I don't know, it's, yeah, the chess doesn't get so much attention. But of course, if somebody does well, like me or somebody else, then it does get to the news. And so that's nice at least.
I think your parents were both into chess, if I'm not wrong. So coming from that kind of family, does it add an extra layer of pressure on you to perform well in this chess career?
Even my grandma plays chess, so my grandma, my parents, my siblings, they're all like rooting for me at tournaments. And if I don't do well, they're not disappointed or anything. But if I do well, they're very supportive. So I think it's actually very nice to have a chess family.
If I ask you to, sum up your chess journey so far, like when did you pick up the sport and how has it been so far? Could you please sum up for me?
I mean, I started when I was 5, and then I played. I did at some point started doing well in the youth category, but then I stopped for a bit. I went to college, so I didn't play too much then. But after college, I decided that what, I will try to play chess more. Like focus on chess only. And right now it's working out.
Talking about working out, and you were there in the FIDE Grand Swiss. How was the experience in Samarkand?
It is very nice in Samarkand. Yes, it's the Grand Swiss is a very prestigious event. So everything is like well organized. There's
Mhm.
snacks during the round. There's which is maybe not
Nice.
so important for some people, but it's very nice for me.
No,
And
it's very important. It's very important because
yeah,
so I was looking at the schedule, like it was so long. Like having a good meal is very necessary.
I got 11th place, which was better than my ranking. So I was happy with that. And I think it's also very cool to play like with the strongest players. And yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed my experience, but of course I enjoyed it also because I did well. So it's it helps always.
Becoming the GCL ambassador, how are you seeing this role? Taking GCL as a mode to, promote chess, how are you taking this role?
I mean, obviously I like chess a lot. So if I can, if I can actually promote it and people will get either like into chess or inspired after the promotion, it's I'll be only happy for it.
Could you please explain to our viewers what are some of the best ways by which you can manage your study as well as your chess? Like how much focus do you have to put into chess to become a GM or maybe IM? So could you please help a bit with that?
I think it can also be individual. I think for beginners, definitely tactics are very important. And I think a lot of playing, just like playing chess a lot, with of course not just, playing blitz and not thinking about it, but like actually playing classical games and yeah, just playing a lot, you'll just get better even by that. And then, tactics are important. And then maybe later on also, openings, end games, but I think these come a bit later.
What do you prefer, like preparing for the openings or preparing for the end games? Because I feel that in openings there are a few variations which you can play, but in end games there is a vast ocean that you can learn from.
I think end games there are some things that can be learned and should be learned. Like let's say king opposition is like one of the first things, but it gets more complicated than that. And I think it's very important to just know some things so that when an end game happens on the board, you have some clue of what's going on. So I think there are a lot of end games that can be learned concretely. And for the openings, I think it's important for the player to just have like maybe at first like something they play, something they know, like with black, like Sicilian or French or something like that. That they that they know something of it, but it's not definitely at first. It's not important to know anything in depth. But it's mostly what moves you play and not to blunder anything. And this is the most important.
Traveling around the world. So, what are some of the odd experiences that you may have had, or what are the most funniest experiences if you can, recall from your playing days? If you have ever encountered something like a crazy chess fan.
I don't know if I have a story like that. It's all been pretty normal. I think one cool experience was actually in Slovenia. That was like 10 years ago, but it was cool that we like lived at the mountains. Like the hotels were like up on the mountains, but the playing hall was, like down. So we took this, I'm not sure what it's called, but we took this little thing that like, not like a lift, but so we took it down every day, like for the rounds. Like it's like a normal means of transportation.
Thanks a lot, Maya, for joining us today. I won't take much of your time, but thanks a lot. It was a very insightful interview.